Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the elder bishops, a great millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. I want to do a quick lesson, jump into a quick video on this interview that I watched recently with Aries Spears on Vlad TV. All right, and Aries Spears is a well-known comedian, and he's also kind of well-known recently for his lack of belief in God, in the Most High. Right, he's done interviews in the past where very adamantly he's been speaking on why he doesn't believe there's a God. All right, or a higher power, however you want to phrase it or frame it. And this video, they go into it as well, because Vlad himself also speaks on how he doesn't necessarily believe in God. And they talk a little bit on religion and things of that nature. So I'm going to play it. I got some scriptures lined up, some points I'm going to make. I'm not going to play the whole video, but, you know, at least enough to you know, get the idea of what they're talking about.
Well, you mentioned God. You had an Instagram post of Team God versus Team Atheist.
Yeah, because of a post of Ricky Gervais.
Right, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
So, are you religious or are you an atheist?
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm Anakin Skywalker, man. I'm trying to be right, but the dark side is pulling me.
I'm more atheist, man. I've said
you know, I don't want to commit to that and say that that's what I am. But the more and more I see life around me, read things, see things on the news, see how shit unfolds, I can't help but go, how could there be? How?
Well, I had Neil deGrasse Tyson on my show.
Yeah.
You familiar with who he is?
Yeah.
And we talked about that. And he considers himself more, I guess, agnostic, meaning that I just don't know. But when we talked about God, the first thing he said was, well, which God are you talking about? There's been like 3,000 of them. You know, there's been 3,000 gods throughout the history of the world. Like, you go to India, there's like 100 gods. Norse mythology, Greek mythology.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like, which God are you talking about? Because people look at Thor as a Marvel character right now, but at one point, people worship Thor just like they worship Jesus.
For real? Like for the comic book character?
Yeah, Thor was part of Norse mythology. Odin, Thor, these are actual deities that people worshipped in real life. You know, hundreds, if not thousands of years ago.
Right.
It's a real thing. And the one thing that Neil actually pointed out was that, like, out of all of the research he's done, he just does not see some sort of intelligent force being behind all this.
In that context, I would say in my studies of the universe, I value evidence, and I don't see evidence for any kind of active intelligence or power over anything.
Yeah.
But if you had evidence, show it to me. I'm all in.
Well,
Yeah, I've always said the thing that's hard for me, which keeps me on the fence, is all the contradictions and the holes in a lot of these theories. You know, it's like, and I think we kind of briefly touched upon this before, once upon a time ago. You know, religious fanatics, nuts, whatever adjective you want to give them, they say it like it's fact. And then when you point out the hypocrisy and the holes in their arguments, they damn near want to stone you for even asking the questions.
Right.
You know, because I'm just going, certain things just don't, based on what you're telling me, based on what you say, it doesn't make sense. And to challenge that idea, somehow it's just blasphemous.
I mean, there's never been any proof. You know, I mean, we even talked about how he said that when X-rays were first invented, the first thing that religious people did is they wanted to see whether you could see a soul leave the body through X-rays. Okay, here's a new technology. Let's just see. You know, let's X-ray someone as they're dying and see if anything actually changes. Nothing.
Well, I don't need that to know that. I've had some pussy that made my soul leave my body. It was looking up at me like, nigga, can you believe that shit?
Man, listen, I don't know, man. Listen, I was born Jewish, but I had a bar mitzvah. Do I go to a temple? No. Do I believe in heaven and hell? No. Do I believe that this is all you got and you better make the best of it? Yes.
Right.
And that's it. Now, do I bash religion? Absolutely not.
I'm gonna stop it there just because the point was made as far as the interview and what they were talking about and their lack of belief in the Most High. Let's do this first. Let's go to Psalms chapter 14, and we'll start at verse 1. I kind of want to read the whole chapter, but let's do this. Psalms 14 and 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. Verse 2. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek the Most High. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. Okay, and that's what these men have become. These men have become filthy. Especially men who are in well known in this world and have delved into the world of entertainment and things of that nature. They've seen the dark side. You know what I'm saying? They definitely seen the dark side. And one thing that Aries Spears mentioned at the very beginning of the interview, when Vlad asked him, does he believe in God? He said, he's like, he made a motion like he swaying back and forth. He said, something along the lines of, whenever I want to feel like I believe in God, the dark side is calling me, is pulling me in, right? Which makes sense, because like I said, in that industry, there's nothing but darkness. There's nothing but evil, wicked works being done. All right, this is John chapter 3 verse 19. Okay, and this is to go along with what he said, John 3 and 19. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. Right. So he sat up there and basically said, the dark side is calling you. Yeah, because you love darkness. You love what it has to offer. Okay, a lack, not having to believe in God basically just means you have the ability to do and say and act and feel the way you want. You're not held to any standard. Okay, and in this case, the law, statutes, and commandments of YAHAWASHI, you don't have to do that. You don't have to put off. You don't have to sacrifice. You don't have to struggle with the spirit and the flesh. You can just, allow your flesh to rule your thoughts, rule your mind, rule your actions. That's what happens in this world. This is what happens on the dark side that he mentioned. Okay, back in Psalms 14, verse 3 again, they are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord, YAHAWASHI. Okay, it says, verse 5, there were they in great fear, for the Most High is in the generation of the righteous. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. Yeah, and those who are preaching the word, and those who are coming in lowly, okay, those who are coming in the spirit of YAHAWASHI, that don't have a lot to show for this world, and don't have an opinion that's worth any real value in this world to people in this world. You've shamed them. You shame the counsel. You shame the calling, or any counsel that has to do with the truth according to the Most High. Okay, you've put that aside, and you've put on the spirit of atheism. All right, verse 7. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion, when the Lord YAHWASHI bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice and Israel shall be glad. And yeah, that's what we're looking for. Okay, because you have to have faith in order to receive that salvation that's to come out of Zion. Right? YAHWASHI is coming back to deliver the faithful, the ones who do believe. Okay, in this video here, okay, this video here is speaking on, you know, those who are on the dark side. Okay, like he mentioned, you know what I mean? And technically, this is defined as atheism, right? But it's actually idolatry, what they're talking about, because what people have done is they've dismissed the idea of a higher power or a God, right, and replaced it with a different type of idol. So it's not that necessarily they don't believe in the God that we believe in, because we know they don't, right? Especially those that are in the entertainment industry, right? I call that the devil's playground, man. Right? The influence of the spiritual demon Satan is all throughout that industry. All right? You got people worshiping all different types of idols, man. Especially money, mammon. That's an idol right there. Right? That's a different type of God that people bow down and worship and sacrifice for. The things that you're supposed to be doing to YAHWASHI. You're supposed to be, you know, sacrificing and worshiping and putting off for YAHWASHI, not for the gods of this world like money, right? And being in that queen of heaven spirit, because men worship women too. Okay, they worship white Jesus. They all worship all different types of religions, and you know, people. You know, you hear a lot of entertainers, and a lot. You know, they always so-called talking about they want to thank God, they want to thank their Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You hear that all throughout the industry, man. Right? There's all different type of wicked sacrifices being made. Okay? The HOMO sexuality, the alphabet community, it's on a ridiculously high level. Okay? Pedophilia. And anything else you could think of. Okay? So you can't follow a nigga like Aries Spears, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know Jake, man, Jake hold these celebrities up on a high, on a pedestal, man, as if their value is actually, as if their opinion is actually worth something. And you damn sure can't follow that Edomite DJ Vlad. You damn sure can't follow what he's saying, because all he's done is exploit so-called black culture, right? Hip hop culture, and you know, made all types of money off these Jake's misfortune, man. Okay, and then they mentioned Neil deGrasse Tyson in the video. Okay, that you know, the scientist or whatever, the physicist or whatever the fuck you want to call him, and he mentioned in the video that he said, which God are you talking about? There's been over 3,000 gods, right? And he mentioned Thor, he mentioned Odin, and he's right, because these gods were worshipped at different points in time throughout history. Okay, but the only difference is these so-called gods have never made their presence known or never made their presence felt. Okay, so, you know, no one has ever called on Odin or Thor like the Israelites have called on YAHWASHI and were delivered from their enemies. Okay, like King David called on the Lord and were delivered from his enemies multiple times, right? Moses went up to Mount Sinai, spoke with the Lord, came down with the 10 Commandments. Okay, when you read in the book of Exodus, let's just go there real quick. Exodus chapter 19 and verse 3. Okay, when you read this chapter and how Moses went up to the mount, he went up and he spoke with the Lord, and he came down basically with the 10 Commandments. Exodus 19 and 20, you know. In chapter 20, I'm not going to read it, but if you go in and you read this, actually, let's just do this. Exodus 19 and 3, it says, and Moses went up to the Most High, and the Lord YAHWASHI called unto him out of the mount, saying, thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. So the Most High, YAHWASHI, told Moses, this is what you're going to bring to the children of Israel. All right. Verse 4, ye have seen what I have done to the Egyptians, and how I bear you on eagle's wings and brought you out myself. So the deliverance from the Israelites out of Egypt is something that is well documented. Okay? It's well documented. The works of Yahweh Shai, the proof of Yahweh Shai is in the earth. Right? And that's another thing that Aries Spears mentioned. He said, I can't believe it because there ain't no proof. Stupid nigga, have you looked around? Right? Have you seen men? Have you seen the sun, the moon, the stars? Have you seen the cycle of, life and every day? These are works of the Lord, man. But that's what's gonna get these niggas fucking destroyed, man. That's what's gonna get these niggas destroyed. All right. Like I mentioned, Moses came down with the commandments, written on tablets of stone, which stand till this day. This story right here of Moses and his interaction with Yahweh Shai and with the Israelites, written history, documented, and can't be contested. Right? All these other gods have no history. They bear no fruits. All right? They're all man-made, graven images, wood and stone, with nothing to show for them. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, and verse 8. It says, their land is full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. Right? And Neil deGrasse Tyson, he also, let's go to it, because I bookmarked it at 155. Right? Let's do that. Start it here. He said I value evidence. That's what he said.
I see some sort of intelligent force being behind all this.
Listen.
In that context, I would say in my studies of the universe, I value evidence, and I don't see evidence for any kind of active intelligence or power over anything.
Yeah.
But if you had evidence, show it to me. I'm all in.
Well,
You see, I value evidence. He said in his studies of the universe, he values evidence. He hasn't seen any active evidence or intelligence of a higher power. Right? What the fuck have you been studying? Which shows the lack in the one thing that you need to please the Most High, or to be spiritual at all, which is faith. And this is what these men lack. This is what these men lack. And they're going to be destroyed for it. This is Hebrews chapter 11. It's like chapter 11 and verse 1. Okay, it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That's what faith is. That's what we have. We have faith in Yahweh Shai because we don't need to see all these different, we don't need to see a whole bunch of evidence, even though we have a bunch of evidence. Okay, that's not what the spirit of faith that's been bestowed upon us. Right? The faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That's what makes faith, a strong belief. Okay? The Spirit has woken us up to this faith, to this truth, to the knowledge of Yahweh Shai. Faith, not being able to literally talk to the Lord himself or talk to the angels and this, that, and the third, and have all this tangible evidence. We don't need that. We have faith, man. Verse 6, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Right? And that's what we have on our side, man. You can't please the Lord without faith. Right? And we believe that he is. And we're looking, and we pray for that reward, because we diligently seek the Lord. Okay? And we love this truth, man. We love having faith, and we love being in this position. Y'all can have this world, man. Y'all can absolutely have this world and everything that comes along with it. Because it ain't going to stand for long. It ain't going to stand for long. And what these guys are talking about, okay, is the wisdom of men. You hear him talk, right? Do that one more time, real quick.
In that context, I would say in my studies of the universe, I value evidence, and I don't see evidence for any kind of active intelligence or power over anything.
Yeah,
But if you had that evidence, show it to me. I'm all in.
All right, and that's what it all boils down to, not being able to trust in the wisdom of men. That's what it boils down to. When you hear these men, it's like, man, shut your dumb ass up. Sounds stupid. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 4. It says, "And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in the demonstration of the Spirit and of power." And that's what you get when you speak to a man or a Lord. Okay? Not man's wisdom, because that shit ain't about nothing. Right? Man is flawed, man. Man is flawed. Supremely flawed. Right? You can't trust in the wisdom of men and the wisdom of this world. Verse 5, it says that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High. Verse 11, "For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so the things of the Most High knoweth no man, but the Spirit of the Most High. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High." So the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we get from the Lord, that's what should be that's what should be valued. All right, not niggas like Vlad TV and Aries Spears and this paid off, because this nigga this and Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's a part of the you know, this nigga's been bought off. You can tell. These men ain't bearing no fruit, man. I lost that. 1 Corinthians 2. All right, let's go to where I leave off at. 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 13. "Which things also we speak not in the words of man's wisdom, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teacheth, compare spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can they know them, because they are spiritually discerned." Okay, discerned, right? Because the natural man, they don't speak to the things of the Most High. They just speaking this bullshit here in this world, which is going to get them tortured. All right, and we're here to defend the gospel, man, to defend the truth. All right, which is the 100% truth of the scriptures. And again, you can mention, because Aries Spears mentioned poking holes in a case for you know, there being a Most High or there being a God. You can mention that all you want, but for someone to make a case for there being no God, right? You could sit here and talk that shit all you want, but if you're making a case for there being no God at all, there's unlimited holes that you can poke in that argument. You know what I'm saying? Unlimited holes. So for people, like, for example, for people who may read the Bible, right? Or they may even come across an Israelite, and I'm going to speak according to, you know, our walk at this point. People may read the Bible, they may come up to the camp, or even come across a video on YouTube of the Israelites going into prophecy, and they'll think what we're saying or what we're preaching is too outlandish or too far-fetched, right? But when you actually look at the state of the world in the direction that it's headed in, what do you think is more likely to happen? Right? What we're saying or what the world is saying? You see all the rumors of wars. You hear reports every day about nuclear weapons and defense missile systems that these nations are putting on display. You know, I mean, what's more likely to happen? Okay, the word of the Most High coming to pass concerning war, or peace and no war? What's most likely to happen? When you look at the state of the earth and you look at all the information and all the reports that is coming, what you think is headed towards, war or peace? All right, all this advanced technology, all this artificial intelligence, all right, combined with talks of a collapse in currency, the dollar, right? What's more likely to happen? All right, more FRN notes, more printed FRNs, right? You think the dollar has more life, has more time? What's more likely, that or the RFID tag, which is written about in the scriptures, right? What's more likely to happen? The word of the Most High is most likely to happen. You know, even the phenomena that's in the sky, right? You think what they're talking about, these alien programs, you think a freaking green alien man, right? That's more likely, or the actual chariots of the Most High? Because what they're talking about, reports of, when they talk about these unidentified objects, right? Or these UAPs, what do they talk about? They talk about their maneuvering capabilities and how there's no technology on the earth that's like it. Not even close to it. There's light years beyond what they've seen in the sky, is light years beyond the technology that we have down here. So what's more likely that to be, the chariots of the Most High, the angels, or some green aliens? All right. So you could poke holes and not believing in God. That argument is done. It's been over and done with. All right. Let me see. Real quick, let's go to I want to make one more point, and I'm gonna close out because I bookmarked something else. Vlad mentioned here. He said, "Do I believe that all you got in this world, you just got to make the best of it? Do I believe this, that, and the third, or do I just believe this is what you got? You got to make the best of it?" He said, "Yes." Right. So let's just listen to what he said.
Believe that this is all you got and you better make the best of it? Yes.
Start a little bit back.
Do I believe in heaven and hell? No. Do I believe that this is all you got and you better make the best of it? Yes. Right. And that's it. Now.
All right. So you see, he said, "Do I believe in heaven and hell? No." Do I believe in, this is all you got and you got to make the best of it? Yeah, because that's because you're of this world, Vlad. You are of this world and we are not. All right. We just use the world. We don't abuse it. Because this thing is finna pass away, man. This thing is finna pass away. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. I think I'll just close it out on this. 1 Corinthians 7 and 31. It says, "And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away." Right? The fashion of this world passeth away. We don't care nothing about it. You can have this world. All right? So for Vlad and for those that are like him, you better enjoy your kingdom while you can. Because this thing is over. All right? There's not much time left, man. There's not much time left. The sand in that hourglass is running out. It is running out. Esau, Edom's wicked kingdom. Okay? And for you, Vlad, you are another Edomite that is going to you going into slavery, buddy. You going into slavery. Because this man's kingdom is over. Really quick. Actually, let me do this last one and then I'll close it out. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite for a moment, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Right? So the triumphing of the wicked is short. This kingdom is over. It's short. It's over and done with. You've had your run, and it's been a short run. And I hope you've enjoyed it, because this thing is over. Right? It says, though his excellency mount up to the clouds, and his head reach into the high, his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. Okay, and that's what the YAHAWASHI has planned for the wicked. All right, verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream, and he shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. He shall fly away as a dream. All right, good night, Esau. Verse 9, the eye also which saw him shall see no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. All right, so you could not believe in the Most High all you want. It's for your own detriment. Okay, especially for niggas like you, Aries Spears, because you are Jake. Okay, you are part of the nation of Israel. Okay, but the Lord put the spirit of blindness on you. Okay, and you don't seem like you have the spirit to repent. Okay, and again, that's all up to YAHAWASHI, but you know, it ain't looking good for you. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at there, man. All right, I hope you were edified. Okay, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahawashi, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.